Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, look, another prominent figure in the Maryland, really in the GOP overall, has announced that they are leaving the GOP. Longtime Maryland official, State Senator Alan Kittleman, has announced that he is leaving the GOP. I wonder why. Well, we're going to talk about it here on the show. Also, a judge has been caught doing a nasty in the chambers. I mean, to the point where you can, there is audio of the noise. Someone is putting that work. Okay, so we can't believe I'm talking about this on the show, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Also, I want to, if I have some time, I'll talk a little bit about the primaries happening, because I am I'm pre-recording this episode that you're currently listening to, and today in real time, we have primaries happening in the state of California, New Mexico, South Dakota, Iowa, where is another New Jersey as well, and it's some big elections. These elections by far will define the landscape for November. Because it is midterm season. There's a lot of big elections happening here in the United States, and it's a lot. It's a lot happening right now. So we're going to talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, I appreciate you all taking the time out of your busy schedule for tuning in to yet another great conversation. I don't know what is in my eye, but it's like right when I started, all of a sudden I got something in my eye, and it's like I might look like I'm getting emotional right now, because y'all, it's just an emotional time. Okay, it's I'm just joking with y'all, but no, seriously, it's well, we can celebrate that we've exceeded over 600 shows. So yes, we, but I'm not gonna get emotional for that. I mean, I've put in a lot of work. I'm grateful, but I'm even more grateful for you all, the supporters out there who tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Couldn't do it without you all. I'm also gonna talk a little bit about this story in the music in the music industry. M.I.A. artist M.I.A. is suing Kid Cudi after getting dropped from a tour that she was on with Kid Cudi. Rumor has it was due to her political values. Ouch. Does she have a case on her hands? She just might. Hey, I got a question to ask you all. By a show of hands, who should Donald Trump hit up to perform at the Great American State Fair? Should he hit up the Village People? Should he hit up one of the members of Journey? Because I don't know the gentleman's name, but one of the members of the popular rock group Journey is married to Paula White, who is Trump's faith advisor. Like, that has helped him at all. All it does is help her, helps pockets. In the name of the Lord. Who else? I'm trying to see who else. Kid Rock. I mean, he will sign up. I mean, he's not doing anything else at all, so he would definitely perform there. I know TMZ and other outlets have interviewed Vanilla Ice on, like, hey, why still stay in and do it? So many people have dropped out, and you're still one of the lone rangers in a sense, and he is, because it was like a total of 9 performers, and what like it was 9. 2 of them are still in it, and it's the 2 hip-hop artists. It is Vanilla Ice and Flow Rida. But Vanilla Ice basically said, hey, look, I'm gonna be, matter of fact, instead of me let me just share you the soundbite where he was recently on CNN explaining his reasons why he's still staying in and being one to be a part of the great American State Fair. His Vanilla Ice, baby.
That's why you're still planning on performing, even though we've heard that from the president, when so many other performers are deciding not to.
I don't know. I can only speak for myself, and I'm proud to be an American. I was born here and raised here, and this is my country, and I don't like anybody telling me I really can't be proud of it. And this is a huge honor to play the birthday. It's one once in a lifetime, 250. So I'm honored, and I respect everybody else. I know there's a lot of tension everywhere. This whole world is like a snow globe, but it shouldn't be that. And music is here to bring people together, man. And it shouldn't be that this music is dragged into politics. It's not fair. I don't even vote. I'm not a politician. I don't have anything I don't even the first thing to say about how to run a country or do anything like that. I think this is a huge honor. And I'm wanting to celebrate the country I was born and raised in, man.
Tell us why you're still planning on.
Hey, I'm not. You can't be mad at that. Look, here's what I say personally, and you don't have to like it, but when if this is my line of work, if my line of work is to entertain, well, no, let me take that back, because I want to get my words mumbled. When you are an entertainer and the president or the governor or sometimes, yeah, you gotta look like the bigger person to say, well, look, I don't agree with the politics. They're paying me. I'm gonna, if it's truly just showcasing the country, then I'll sign up and perform. Now, we all know if that was the truth, then it'll be easy. All these performers will say, oh yeah, I'm coming out. Yeah, let me have a good time. But it's always celebrating one person, one individual. That's why Vanilla Ice is coming across as like he's the non, like, I don't even vote. I don't have a vote. I'm just show respecting my country and X, Y, and Z and yada yada yada. Look, Vanilla Ice has performed for the president many of times. He's performed in Mar-a-Lago many of times. He lives in Florida. Okay, he's performed for them many times. Now, does Vanilla Ice look like he would perform for all elected officials? Man, personally, I think he would. I mean, he said something kind of wild, like saying he'll perform for Vladimir Putin. I'm like, slowly roll now, Vanilla Ice. Chill, not Ice. Chill. This is a whole different individual. I mean, hey, Flow Rida, I don't think Flow Rida needs to check, nor do I haven't heard of a last hit song or album that Vanilla Ice has made. I remember a long time ago, Vanilla Ice had a reality show that was documenting his he has like a renovation, like real estate company where they flip houses. It's Florida. He's probably making a good amount of income, from that. So maybe he really doesn't need the money. I don't know. But Vanilla Ice is holding on strong, as well as Flow Rida. But the rest of the crew said, adios. I'm not gonna do it. What else I got for you all? So yeah, I guess that's my opening question is, who should the president and his administration hit up to perform? Maybe Nicki Minaj. Hey, no one's asking Nicki to perform at nothing. She'll perform. She'll perform. Hey, but how about Amber Rose? Because she was technically showcased as a rapper voting for Trump and supporting for Trump when during the RNC they said rapper. I'm like, I ain't never heard of a Amber Rose song. I only knew she was with a lot of rappers, but I never heard her, at all spit a lyric. Okay. But anyway, y'all. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, tuning in to yet another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, as always, do me a favor. Check out subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so yet. We drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, and you can also listen to us on the go wherever you get your podcasts, okay, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, just to name a few. We're available on all major podcast platforms. You can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates, WBOK 12:30 a.m. out in New Orleans, where you can tune into the show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then we're going to head over to Las Vegas, baby, Las Vegas, to KSHP 1400 a.m. Or you can go listen to us on the FM side at 107.1 FM. Again, Las Vegas. We're on there weekly. Couldn't get the word out. Weekly, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, Fridays, again, on KSHP in Las Vegas. We appreciate the strong relationship we have with our radio affiliates, and we want to continue to just spread great conversation, keep y'all engaged, keep y'all informed, but also, like, we hope that you're not bored when you tune into this show. I mean, I watch a lot of news, man, and shout out to my boy Dr. Eric Lavelle, who I always brag about, saying he's the one that got me watching C-SPAN, which is I still to this day, I mean, C-SPAN is boring as hell, but it's extremely informative, and I enjoy tuning into C-SPAN now. Okay, I love watching some of the call-in shows. I love checking out what's going on in the chambers. But like my friend Amanda Nelson, all right, shout out to Amanda's Mild Takes, she had said that she's not a fan of it because what it does is allows politicians. It's the reason why politicians put on a character in the chambers, right? They rather be seen and not focus on like the actual issues because they know cameras are on. Okay, let's bring in the props. Let's bring this. Let's bring that. Cameras are rolling. It's showtime. Lights, camera, action. But here on the Arrington Gavin Show, we hope that you have fun, but also stay informed at the same time. Also, as I mentioned, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we see growth each and every day, which are with subscribers, increasing in subscribers. So please share with a friend, share with family. We hope that you can just continue to spread the word. I truly appreciate that. All righty, my friends. Well, look, we are going to head to a commercial break. That's what we're going to do. We're going to head to a commercial break. Do not go anywhere. Don't change that dial. We'll be right back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after this.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today Visit www.dapperluke.com.
#1 pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to the show. Let's get it going first with, as I mentioned earlier in the show, prominent GOP figure out of the state of Maryland, Mr. Alan Kittleman. Okay. It was recently shared that he was, or would be, not was, will be leaving the GOP. And first question I'm thinking of is like, but why? Why? For so long, you've been a member of the Republican Party, and now you're saying you're leaving? Well, says here, lifelong Republican Adam. Why can I not talk today, y'all? It's been a day. Oh my gosh. Lifelong Republican Alan Kittleman leaves GOP over Trump concerns. He ended his Republican affiliation after decades, saying the party's culture under Trump no longer aligns with, well, his values. He cited character, integrity, honesty, and humility as his guiding criteria, rejecting the GOP's closed-door approach in Maryland. His move mirrors wide GOP fractures, with some lawmakers and voters pushing back against Trump's influence. Now, let me just give you a quick background of Mr. Mr. Kittleman. I don't know why I'm struggling with that word today. So let's see here. Executive of Howard County in Maryland from 2014 to 2018, served in the Maryland state as a Maryland state senator, from 2004 to 2014, representing the 9th district, covering Howard and Carroll counties, and was the Senate minority leader from 2008 to 2011. Previously, he also served on the county council from 98 to 2004. So been a Republican all his life. I'll just say it that he was a Republican all his life. What I've noticed, y'all, is this is a pattern. This is not something rare anymore. Have y'all felt that? Like, it used to be very rare when somebody announces they're leaving a political party, right? You hear folks saying, I'm leaving, Democrats say, hey, I'm leaving the party, going as an independent. Okay. Not foreign, right? It is not a lot of people, in my opinion, are Democrats forever. In general, people are not party affiliated forever. Sometimes they just say, I'm tired of both sides. I'm tired of I'm tired of labels. I'm a part of no labels. Okay. And then we're noticing, and I look at it as a strategy in politics where folks bounce from party to party, right? Republican, Democrat to Republican. To me, that's a campaign strategy, because best believe that individual has aspirations on running for office. But what I've noticed is that there is a lot of longtime Republicans leaving the party. Now, Kittleman did not say he's going to be a Democrat. He's probably far from being a Democrat, but he said he's leaving the party because it doesn't align with his values. Look, I brought up these names before. George Conway, which he's running for office. He's running for Congress in New York, but he was a longtime conservative, worked actually in the Trump administration. Jeff Duncan, who is a former Republican Georgia lieutenant governor who recently tried to run for governor as a Democrat. He left the party, was an independent, and then he became a Democrat. Again, another one who had aspirations of running for higher office. But even the late Dick Cheney, he was still a Republican when he left, until he left this earth. But he voted for a Democrat. He voted for a Democrat for president. Okay, endorsed her, for crying out loud. Endorsed Kamala Harris. Liz Cheney left the GOP. Adam Kinzinger is still a part of the Republican Party, but he's far from being accepted. Former Congressman Adam Kinzinger. Michael Steele, right? Former Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, former RNC chair, longtime host and commentator on MS Now, which prior to that was MSNBC. He's still a part of the party. Doesn't feel like it, but he's a part of the party. What I'm saying is there's a lot of long-time old school Republicans, a lot of them that I know, that are just not happy with the current party and the current values of that party. He said this decision reflects long-standing concerns since Trump's rise in 2016. 2016. This is not just like, oh, I woke up, I slipped, I went to bed and woke up and I'm no longer Republican. No, this took some thought, because we in 2026. He said the January 6th Capitol attack, Trump's continued dominance, stressing values like character and humility over partisan loyalty. Kittleman said he could no longer endorse a political culture treating disagreement as warfare. I just want to applaud this man, and I'm going to tell you why, because that takes guts, and what he's speaking is pure facts. See, folks always come to me, oh my gosh, Arrington, you're such a liberal, you're such a Democrat. I'll be like, who said I was a Democrat? Who said that? Oh, because I talk a lot about Trump and the Trump administration and those that kiss up to him. That don't make me a Democrat. Makes me human. Makes me somebody that has humility, loyalty, respect, that cares about people. That's where I stand. And that's where Mr. Kittleman stands as well. He said, look here, I cannot support a culture that takes a disagreement into warfare. Anybody that disagrees with this guy in Washington continues to get burned. All right. They get voted out. They get shunned. They get disrespected. I mean, it's comical. A quote here from Kittleman says, "My decision isn't rejection of the people in my life who remain Republicans. It isn't a conversation to the other side. It isn't a conversion to the other side. This is simply me saying I can no longer put my name next to a culture that treats disagreement as warfare and political opponents as enemies." Woo! See, we need more officials like this. Kittleman's political echoes was shaped by his father, Bob Kittleman, a Republican who championed racial integration and equality in Howard County. This upbringing influenced Allen's support for same-sex marriage, limited government intervention in personal life, even when such stances cost him Republican leadership roles. He said his father's teachings to never rise above your principles guided his decision to leave the party rather than compromise his belief. Once again, I just applaud Republicans. I applaud anybody that stands up to their party, right? That's why personally, I don't dislike Fetterman, senator out of PA. I don't see him being like, oh my gosh, he's the enemy of the party. And this, now look, can he stand up a little more? And what I mean by that, can he speak more against this administration rather than acting like, oh, why should it matter? Why should he plays? Oh, who cares with that? He starts to repeat things that I hear a lot of the MAGA right repeating. Right, I hear Byron Darnold, I hear Wesley Hunt, I hear Vance, I hear those who support this president, those who support not just the right, but those who supports the president. Because I could care less what side of the aisle you're on. But one thing is to say that you're being bipartisan. There's another way of saying, okay, bro, you are literally, you can't say nothing. You can't say this is right. Like it's a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit briefly on this because guys like this I'm happy that they still exist. And he's not an elected official anymore, but I appreciate that he spoke out because he still has, prominence. I mean, Maryland's right there next door to the Capitol, right? DMV. It is right next door to DC. So I appreciate him for speaking up about his decision to leave the GOP because it's not that anymore. It's not that anymore. Let's go ahead and digress and talk a little bit of entertainment news here. So M.I.A, artist M.I.A, she's a rapper. I'm not the biggest fan of M.I.A. Just because her music is I funny story. So when I was at Something to Water is a music festival that was created by Pharrell Williams, who's a hometown guy, originally from Virginia Beach. He's a hometown guy. He had this music festival that was dope. It was on the beach, big sound stages on, facing each other. But it was very far apart, so you can go to this stage, that stage, whoever you want to listen to. And M.I.A was one of the performers. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so not satisfied. Like, I'm like, can this person hurry up and get off stage? Like, music was freaking over her mics, and even the music in general. I'm just like, who is it? And I remember, like, Paper Planes was her popular hit, but I didn't really care for her. So anyway, I bring the story up because she is suing Kid Cudi for $2.8 million, alleging he dropped her from tour to generate publicity. Ooh, okay. This is reported by People Magazine. It says here that she has filed, as I mentioned, the lawsuit alleging that the rapper breached her contract when he dropped her from the tour for making offensive statements on stage. The Paper Plane singer, who's 50 years old, I didn't know she was 50. She look good for 50. Filed a complaint in Los Angeles, claiming that Cudi knew her politics and knew she would not stay silent on stage when he booked her as a special guest on his ongoing Rebel Ragers tour. Kid Cudi's attempts to silence freedom of artistry, freedom of artistic expression and speech on his Rebel Ragers tour cannot go unchallenged. Censorship is something M.I.A. has fought against her whole career. Spokesperson for M.I.A. had told People Magazine in a statement, Kid Cudi's claim, shocked over her comment he now labels as offensive, and his abrupt and unjustified termination of her performance agreement is a desperate attempt to sell tickets for his tour that was drastically underselling. As a result, his false allegations have fueled a misguided, hive-minded pile based on a deliberate misrepresentation of her words. Woo, that was a lot there. Underselling. I've watched Kid Cudi perform. Great performer. He's a great entertainer. He's a great actor. If you haven't seen him in the movies, I think the ticket sales were low because M.I.A. was on. I'm sorry if y'all been to M.I.A. concert. I'm not the only one. I promise you, because that thing had me like I was ready to go. Like, oh my gosh, no. God bless her. God bless her with much more success. She got more money than me. Okay, so I'm just giving my honest opinion on how I felt. When I witnessed her in person. She was set to join Cudi on 33 tours, but was fired after May 22nd concert in Dallas, during which she was booed for ranting about politics and her immigration status on stage. Okay, the crowd booed you. The crowd booed you. Now, yes, is it her right to freedom of expression? It's music, for crying out loud. That's what that most artists are there to express themselves, say what they want to say, right? I just think business decision wise, if you're doing something that the majority of the crowd, and Dallas is not a liberal city, it's Texas, for crying out loud. Texas is red, majority red. So if they were booing M.I.A., they were like, what to say, what to do. Quote here, I've been canceled for many things. I've never thought I'd be canceled for being a Republican voting American. So I've come to meet you all in person. This is the allow me to reintroduce myself tour, she said on stage, according to the complaint, which was obtained by People. All right, I am illegal. Half of my team are not here because they didn't they didn't get the visa. I want you to know that. Okay. In previous concerts on tour, she had also called for Free Palestine and condemned ICE, though she wrote on X that she is unable to vote in the United States. Okay, interesting. In a statement shared on his social media, Cudi said he'd warned M.I.A. and her team ahead of the tour that he didn't want anything offensive at his shows, and was assured that that was understood. After the last couple of shows, I've been flooded with messages from fans that were upset by her rants. This to me is very disappointing, and I won't have someone on my tour making offensive remarks that upset my fan base. Thank you for understanding. That's business. That's business. Why do you want to why do you want to continue to hurt your pockets? Like what sense does it make to keep her for the remaining of the tours if the crowd is not a fan of her, and she's going to continue to ignore the guy who's the lead, right? His name is in big lights, right? Hers is in the small print. It's Kid Cudi's tour, not M.I.A. She's a feature. She's the opening act. She's not the headliner. Headliners all respect the fact that, for one, he said, I will, he decided, look, let me get M.I.A. on this tour. I respect her music. I respect her hustle. Let me get her on. But she gonna disrespect him and say, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna say it's my freedom, this and that and the other. Now, the fact that she is speaking so highly and being disrespectful. Now, look, I don't care less she's Republican, but artistry, you should say whatever the hell you want to say. You should say, hey, look, I'm into this. I vote this. Music is music. Music is universal. It's a full-on culture. You know what I mean? But again, if you're told and if you're warned, it's a shame. But see, to her, she's like, it was never said in my contract. It was never said in my contract. So you need to pay me, because now I lost a lot of money because I'm now out of a job. M.I.A. argues that this is riddled with falsehoods, as he allegedly knew about her reputation as a political vocal artist, and her comments were consistent with the public persona and prior performances. But here's the thing. Even if he knew about your political, your persona and all that, where's the respect? You see where I'm going with y'all? I can't stand folks that ignore authority. If you are brought in to open up for me, in a sense, you're almost employed when you think about it. You sign a contract to do this. You need to respect who is the headliner. Yeah, you might be known as being vocal in this on stage, but out of respect, he said, look, I appreciate if you just could kind of keep it down, because you're upsetting the fan base. You if we're getting complaints, why do you continue to agitate it? Why? Oh, I can say what I want to say. No, that's bull. I'm glad he took her off the tour. Says here that M.I.A. and her company, Neat Touring, had a agreement with Live Nation that guaranteed $2.8 million from the tour. The agreement grants sole and exclusive creative control over M.I.A.'s performances. So Live Nation agreed to pay M.I.A. over $2.8 million, regardless of what she said on stage. That was the deal. M.I.A. claims that in the filings that she has lost merchandise sales, had 290,000 private party offer withdrawn, and is facing death threats from for herself and her 17-year-old son. I am extremely sad in that has happened to you and that you're receiving threats, but I also think that entertainers, public figures, it is, how could I put it? You can't blame Kid Cudi for the private party offer withdrawing from you and loss of merch. You can't blame that on Cudi. You can't. We are the sum of our own decisions, y'all. What comes out of our mouth is always going to have a response to it, right? For example, not everybody agrees with things that I do. Not everybody agrees with things that I say. I'm aware of that. My opinion doesn't flow with everybody. I'm aware of that. Some people are going to get frustrated and they might, put out an insultful comment or whatever in the videos and whatnot. I mean, it's America. But the thing is, I don't care. I don't care. But I'm aware of consequences. I'm aware of certain things. Okay? Lord have mercy. That was a lot right there, wasn't it? That was a lot. Let me go ahead and let me look at what time. Let's talk. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with these commercial breaks.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
I'm Aaron Phillips. Join me Saturdays at 12:30 as I host The Voice of 757. I'll share news, events, happenings, and the people that shape the 757. That's The Voice of 757, Saturday afternoon at 12:30 right here on Sky 4.
All righty, my friends. Shout out to my good buddy Aaron Phillips, man. He hosts a local show actually called The Voice of 757. I've had the opportunity of being on that show. I can't wait until that episode comes out. I'll share you some clips from that when that comes out. But yeah, dear friend came on the show, friend of the show, and told him, man, love to support and keep folks afloat with your show and all that good stuff. You can find that also on streaming platforms as well. Sky 4 happens to be the local channel that it's on in the Hampton Roads area, but it's a popular show. I want to talk some primaries. Because I just want to, because I just do. So check this out. So in real time, as I mentioned, this is a pre-recorded show. We're pre-recording this show right here. So in real time, we are currently we have the primaries happening in California, Iowa, New Jersey, Montana, South Dakota, and New Mexico. 6-state primary showdown could give the clearest picture yet of what November's midterms will look like. Now, Democrats are trying to regain momentum. Republicans are defending Trump-aligned candidates and several open seats that created major political battlegrounds across the country. Now, these races will help shape the final 2 years of President Trump's term and determine control of Congress. So that's why it's so important with these it's so important what these midterms could the outcome of these midterms could be. So obviously why tonight's matter, well, you kind of already heard that. I mentioned those states: California, Iowa, New Jersey, Montana, New Mexico, and South Dakota. Every House seat is up in November. Several open Senate and governor races are created opportunities for both parties. Now, tonight is one of the largest primary nights of the 2026 cycle. My question for you all is, are Democrats showing signs of a comeback in your opinion? Is this election a referendum on Trump? Because all we see is pure just disaster happening from this administration. My home state of Virginia started with a redistricting in response to Donald Trump with the whole contacting, hey, look, I must have 5 more seats. I need this. I got this. This and that and the other. I need seats. He's hit up Tennessee, Louisiana, Florida, North Carolina, Texas, Tennessee. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Florida. The list goes on and on and on. And so a lot of the Democrats are responding with answers. They're responding with bringing in newcomers. They're responding with They've been winning a lot of special elections. But hey, I will say this: Donald Trump endorsed candidates have been winning their primaries by a long shot. They have. And a lot of folks, will ask, does Trump even really still have power? MAGA is still very powerful. Okay, don't underestimate the power of MAGA. Because look, they just unseated Congressman Representative out of Kentucky, Thomas Massey. They just unseated a longtime senator, Bill Cassidy out of Louisiana. John Cornyn, longtime senator out of Texas, unseated. Lost his primary to Ken Paxton, for crying out loud. Somebody that has absolute no authority to be in the political position he's in, nor even towards Senate with the cases he has against him. California's governor's race is drawing national attention as voters select candidates under the state's unique top two primary system, often called the jungle primary. The top two vote getters advance regardless of party affiliation. Now, as of right now, last time I checked, the top two that I saw, let me see, do I still have it? No. Do I? I guess I do not. Damn, I thought I did. Well, see if I'm gonna go off memory. Off memory, I want to say the top two were Xavier Becerra and Steve Hilton. And then it was Tom Steyer. Okay. Steve Hilton, a Republican, Fox News contributor, businessman. Xavier Becerra worked under the Biden administration. He's an interesting guy. I never looked at him being a strong Democratic candidate. Remember, initially, Eric Swalwell, congressman out of California, was that guy. He was the leading person in this race before you really heard from him. I mean, he was already a rising star in the Democratic Party in Congress. He was very popular. So when it was announced that he was running for running for governor, he was like a shoo-in to get the primary, shoo-in to possibly become the next governor of California. Then the scandal happened. That messed him up completely, not just from this race, but also from Congress. And so now it's like, okay, who's next? Because folks ain't looking at Katie Porter, cussing her out, her staffers, and always, giving attitude to report. Like, no one wants that. No one wants a bully to lead California. Tom Steyer, billionaire. He ran for president before. Now he's running for California, governor of California. Billionaires are just not, I don't think they're as accepting for voters. They don't want to see billionaires because people don't say, how can I relate to this guy? He's a billionaire. What can he say that he feels the same pain I'm feeling? It's no relation. Now, I will say an easy strategy that I've noticed in California politics right now is the fact that, okay, look, California is dominated by Democrats. It's led by Democrats. Our local cities, majority of the time, are led by Democrats. It's the most Democratic state on the United States map. Okay, it's the bluest of the blue, liberal of the liberals. Okay, and they're like saying, okay, how long are we going to continue to keep this going on? Because people are hurting, people are homeless. We have wildfires. We have people that I said it a while back. I said we could witness California getting their first Republican governor since Schwarzenegger, and that was a long time ago. Steve Hilton, not quite a fan favorite, endorsed by Donald Trump. Trump and the state of California doesn't get along, so I wouldn't expect that endorsement really being great for Steve Hilton. But the second Republican that's in the race, Chad Bianco, who's the former sheriff, he ain't got no. He don't need to be leading no state. He looks like all he's doing is auditioning to be a commentator or contributor for state, because all his debates were trash. It was just all it was just trashing one party, which I get it because they've been leading for the most part, but trashing one party and supporting all things Trump. Steve Hilton's kind of the same way. He just says it a little more proper, I guess. I don't know. But as I mentioned, Trump-backed Republican Steve Hilton is attempting to make the general election. Democrats worry about vote splitting amongst multiple candidates. Also, Los Angeles mayor's race is also drawing major attention. You have reality star Pratt, what's his name? Spencer Pratt, who has really grown his political career so far. Karen Bass' approval rating has been, dropping. Spencer Pratt is slowly but surely creeping up neck and neck with her. I think for the most part, his campaign has won because of the pain, the emotional piece of it, right? People are frustrated. People know that Spencer Pratt and his family lost their home in the wildfires. Karen Bass and the administration, it could have been dealt with differently. And so many other things, right? My question for this one, should California scrap the jungle primary? Should they scrap it? Should they scrap it? I mean, my friend Conrad Shesvender was recently on. He brought up that whole top two system, and I guess the question is, should it stay or should it go? What's your take on that? Should the top two system stay or go? Because I mean, I kind of like it because it's almost like they're going based on the rating from the public, right? You have a lot of Democratic candidates. You have two Republican candidates, but they've all been involved in the same debates. Now, personally, I think there was a mayor out of California. I think he was in San Jose, last name Mahan. Young guy, moderate, reasonable, tried to come across as like the Tallarico-esque kind of politician. Now, would that work in would a Tallarico work in California? Probably not compared to Texas. I mean, you gotta start looking, you gotta start reading the room, right? You gotta read the room. Then there was another, I think a former mayor of Los Angeles, I think, is in this race. I'm blanking on the man's name, but long story short, California is getting very competitive. California is getting very competitive. I'm looking at my time. I'm not going to have time to talk about everything on today's show. So by the time we come back, the primaries will already be up. So like I said, I wish I had time to talk more on some of the other ones, but those two states that I mentioned earlier were some of the more discussed, more talked about states happening. So we're gonna see how the outcome goes. We're gonna see how Iowa turns out, right? Now they also have an open governor's race, open Senate race. You got Trump endorsed several Republican candidates out of Iowa, which I mean doesn't surprise me. Iowa's quite red. New Jersey. I mean, U.S. Senator Cory Booker does have a Senate challenger. Are people tired of Cory Booker? See, here's what I'm thinking. I think there should be a lot of new faces in the Senate and in Congress. I do. Look, Cory just got married. Cory's still young. Like, he don't need to be. He don't need to be saying. Remember, Cory Booker's a gentleman who had like the longest speech ever, and it was long. It was very long. And I'm just like, what was that for? What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? Like that's what really irritated me with the Democrats, man, was like, what the hell did that do? Besides, a lot of folks were just falling asleep. They were like it was dumb. It was dumb. Hey, good for you. You nailed a personal accomplishment. You have talked the most and the longest. Good for Cory. Good for Cory. Yeah, New Jersey is an interesting state. That's all I'll say. New Jersey is an interesting state. 7th congressional district. Definitely keep an eye on that as well. That seat could flip. Montana. You're seeing a back and forth between MAGA and traditional Republicans. Okay. Montana is experiencing significant Republican infighting as multiple candidates compete in open races created by retirements. You have an open Senate race. You have an open congressional seat. I mentioned the internal Republican division. Okay. South Dakota, again, a GOP civil war. You have the Republican governor's primary, maybe one of the most competitive races of the night. Governor Larry Roden faces multiple challengers in a crowded field. 4-way Republican governor's race. 4-way Republican race. Okay. Political runoff is nobody reaches the state's required threshold. Let's see. I guess the question would be, which wing of the GOP is winning? And then lastly, because again, my time is moving, New Mexico, obviously Democrats look to hold a blue state. I mean, New Mexico is really not, looked at as, oh, this is a good one. This is real. Keep an eye on this one. Like it's pretty the same. New Mexico voters are selecting nominees for open governor's race because term limits prevent the current governor from seeking another term. Now, former Interior Secretary Deb Haaland has been one of the highest profile candidates in this state. So keep an eye on that as well. I guess the final question for that should be, well, simple. Can Democrats keep New Mexico blue? I don't know how else to put it. Are they capable of keeping it blue? So let me go ahead and, this is funny. There we go. I got my mouse all messed up. So my friends, as always, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. It was a struggle today. I don't know about y'all. I was struggling this episode, so I appreciate y'all sticking with me for this hour. As we mentioned, pre-recording this show, we talked briefly about the primaries happening today. Today is Tuesday. All right, today is Tuesday, and it's primary day. California, New Mexico, Montana, Iowa, South Dakota. I feel like I missed some states, but anyway, we gotta follow back up with you on the next show to talk more about that. So, yeah, thank you as always for taking the time tuning into this program. Do me a favor, stay informed, stay safe, and stay blessed out there. And I will be back to chop it up with you all here on the Arrington Gavin Show for another great convo. Peace and blessings.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.